Okay, stat pack time for March 15th. We got about 10 games left in the season. Let's take a look at the Metro Division. Pittsburgh has clinched the Eastern Conference. 56 wins, 72 games. The record for most wins in a season is 62, set by Detroit and Tampa Bay. Interesting enough, both those teams didn't win the Stanley Cup those years. But Pittsburgh, 56 wins. They're only 6 wins away from tying the record with 10 games to go. So, see what happens there. Second place, New York, 93 points. They pretty much look like they're going to finish in that spot. They've had a really good second half. And they're probably going to play Philly or New Jersey in the playoffs, as those teams are battling for the wild card with Washington, who's at 81 points. The Atlantic Division, you got a battle for first place between Tampa and Montreal. It looks like that the loser of that first place battle is going to end up playing Boston in the first round. But we don't know. Toronto's 85 points back. Buffalo 79. They're just outside the wild card. Detroit, 58 wins. They're only 4 wins away from tying 62 wins, which was set by the Red Wings in 96. So they're almost guaranteed to break that. So interesting to see. We might have 2 teams going over 62 wins here. They're obviously clinched the division. 121 points. Chicago Blackhawks, 88. Pretty much look like they're going to finish in that second spot in the Central. But you got Dallas and St. Louis and Nashville kind of battling it out for that wild card. Colorado, 5 points out, starting to slip a little bit. And on the West Coast, you got Vancouver, 102 points. 49 wins at the moment. Edmonton looks like they're going to finish in that number 2 spot. They've had a really good surge second half. I started playing a lot of their games the last month or so. Probably got them a few more wins. LA in that number 3 spot, kind of battling with Winnipeg. Winnipeg's really dropped. They were the number 2 team in the division for a long time. Take a look at the West here. Yeah, the only thing here is the wild card. You can see LA Kings 3 points out. Central North Division is very strong. On the East Coast, we've got the wild card spots here. Washington and Toronto and Sabres kind of battling it out. Ottawa's out of it. And then entire league. Interesting, how about this? Pittsburgh has a chance to catch Detroit. They're only 4 points behind them for the scoring. The NHL team leaders, which is amazing if you think of it. Both teams with the chance to get more than 62 wins. That'll be interesting to see what happens there. Let's look at some player stats. Let's go to the league leaders. Mario Lemieux, 136 points. Is what 17 points ahead of Fedorov. Should be good enough for him to win the scoring title, but you never know. Fedorov can explode. Fedorov, 119. Yager, 115. Yager's moved into 3rd in scoring now. Yzerman, 112. Howe, 109. All 3 Detroit players on the big line have hit over 100 points. That's unbelievable. Pavel Bure, 94. Kessel. He might make it 3 Penguins if he can get to 100 points. And Yashin having a good year. Henrik there, Mogilny, Clark, Richard, Leclerc, Gretzky. Gretzky way down here. Didn't use him that much that year, so didn't inflate his points a little bit. Lemieux for goals, 79 goals in 72 games. He's 13 goals away from tying Wayne Gretzky's record. 13 goals away from breaking it. 14 goals away from breaking it. He's got 10 games left. Let's see what he can do. Interesting. Sergei Fedorov, 61 points. 61 goals, rather, sorry. What a year he's having. And then we got the rest of them who haven't even hit 50 yet. Yashin, 46 goals, very impressive. Pavel Bure and McGillney both. I hope that I can get both these guys 50 goals. It'd be nice. Gordie Howe, Kessel right there too, Richard. Leclerc, the best flyer with 40 goals. Let's just have a look at the goalies real quick. Terry Sawchuk, 44 wins. That's important because Detroit has 10 games left, and he's 4 games away from tying the record of 48 wins, most by a goalie. So he might have a chance to break that record as well, which would, you think, be guaranteed to get him the Vezina. And then defenseman real quick. Look at Paul Coffey, the leading scorer. Lidstrom right behind him. Got Bork from Colorado. The team's not having a great year. Bobby Orr sitting at 21 goals. How about that? Royals close. Oh, pretty good. A lot of defensemen scoring goals. Yeah, Coffey and Lidstrom, as you expect. 2 highest scoring teams. Number 1 defenseman. Top scorers. All right. Gonchar's up there too. So that's going to do it for this stat pack. Since it's the middle of March, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do one at the end of March because the season ends April, like first week of April. What I'll do is once the season's over, I'll do a big stat pack where I'll go through all like the teams and I'll really go through the team standings and the stats really carefully. But yeah, we'll keep a track on some of these records. There's about 3 or 4 records that are in jeopardy of being broken. And I'm interested to see how many 50-goal men and how many 100-point men we can add. So Bure, Kessel, Yashin, all. I think Bure and Kessel are the only other guys that can get 100 points. And then as far as 50 goals, you got 1, 2, 3. I'll put Howe and Kessel in there too. Even Richard. Leclerc needs 10 goals in, 11 games? That's doable, but we'll see what happens there. I'll keep an eye on Mario Lemieux as well. He's taking a run at Gretzky's goals record.